New York City never sleeps because 20,000 dead souls refuse to rest beneath its streets. Before we dive in, drop your location in the comments and tell us what haunted city you want Dread Stories TV to cover next. Now let me tell you why Washington Square Park is the most haunted place in Manhattan. The mass grave everyone forgot. Washington Square Park. The iconic arch, street performers, NYU students playing chess. But nobody told you about the 20,000 corpses underneath. From 1797 to 1825, this wasn't a park. It was Potter's Field, New York's dumping ground for the unwanted dead. Criminals. The poor. Immigrants. Yellow fever victims. They didn't dig individual graves. They dug massive pits and threw bodies in like garbage, 3 and 4 deep, with no names, no markers, no dignity. Then yellow fever hit Manhattan like a plague. People died so fast the city couldn't keep up. Workers just kept digging deeper pits, throwing more bodies on top of the ones already rotting below. 20,000 souls, most of them forgotten before they even died. They never moved the bodies. Here's what makes this truly horrifying. When New York decided to build a park in 1826, they didn't relocate the dead. They just built on top of them. The fountain you throw coins in? Sitting on skulls. The dog park where your pets play? Mass grave. The chess tables? You're literally sitting on corpses. In 2015, workers were installing water mains when they broke through a burial vault. Inside they found 30 coffins stacked like boxes in a warehouse. Skulls had been moved from bodies and thrown in corners. The remains showed signs of yellow fever, smallpox, and violence. The city reinterred some remains in 2021, but most are still down there. 20,000 give or take. The Hangman's Elm. Northwest corner of the park stands a tree older than America itself, the Hangman's Elm. For over a century, criminals were marched here, nooses placed around their necks, and hanged while crowds gathered to watch. Public executions were entertainment. The tree still stands, 300 years old, its branches remembering every neck they helped break. They're still down there. At night, when the park empties, people report seeing figures in colonial clothing near the fountain. They appear solid, then dissolve into fog. Others hear screaming coming from underground, not metaphorical screaming, actual screaming from beneath the pavement. Security footage from NYU buildings shows unexplained shadows moving across the grass when nobody's there. Park officials won't talk about it. The city won't acknowledge it. But the dead remember. They're still under your feet, every single day, waiting for someone to finally say their names. Next time you walk through Washington Square Park, remember, you're not walking on solid ground. You're walking on 20,000 people who died alone, forgotten, and buried in shame. They're still there. And they know you're above them. This is Dread Stories TV. Follow for more places where the dead refuse to stay buried.